This last tutorial is going to explain to you how you can do the comparison of your banner. It's really similar to the buttons, and I've just adapted the same document so that I can compare my banner. I've put the heading as banner, and I've put the file types in that I've suggested to you in the presentation, which you can look at any time that we're going to compare. So it's slightly different ones. We're using a flash file within this comparison. So all these file types support animation. That's the main thing what our banner to do, is animate on our web page. And I've already started filling this table in. So in drawplus, what I did was I opened my banner with File, Export, and for the first one, GIF, I exported as image. GIF is a type of image file. If you find in the list, you've actually got, because it's an animation, you've got animated GIF, and you can choose whether or not the background is transparent. I don't want transparency, so I'm going to save it like that. Now, because I can get a screenshot here of the estimated file size and download time, I've taken that and I've put it into my Word document, just like I did for the buttons. I'm not going to go through that now, and I'm going to export that as banner GIF and save it. I've made a folder specially for these banners to be compared. Now let's do the PNG file now. So File, Export, Export as image again, and this one is it goes straight to PNG. Now, interestingly, I'm noticing now I can't change the transparency settings, so it doesn't look like it's going to work very well for my animation. But anyway, we're going to use it in our comparison because we've got to show compare different graphic types, and that's something we can comment on. Again, I'm going to take my screenshot showing my estimated download time and my estimated file size, much bigger, notice, and I'm going to do the export. So you would put the screenshot across into your document, and then this is my banner PNG. I'm going to save that. And lastly, I want to save it as a flash file. So File, Export, Export as Flash. Now look, it's a different option in the menu this time. Export as Flash. I'm going to call it banner Flash, and save. So I've done all my exporting, and I would fill my table in as I went along. I haven't done that, but I would fill it in. Now, did you notice for the Flash one, when I did that export, it didn't bring up all the options? I'll just show you that again. It doesn't bring up any options to look at the download speed or the file size, so you can't fill it in. You'll have to put in your table for Flash, not available. And the file size will look at the actual file size of the images that have been saved. So I would put in any screenshots I could here to show any download speeds I was getting. And then what you could do is show actual saved files. You could put a screenshot to show these files that have been exported now. What's interesting here is that the predicted file sizes are quite different to the actual file sizes. I'll just take a screenshot of that and put it into my document. And if you can see, the Flash file has come out as 185 kilobytes, so I can go and fill that one in. Let's put it in, 185 kilobytes. I'll say actual size. The PNG has come out as 146 kilobytes. It's the PNG, not the HTML file, that you want to look at. 146 kilobytes. Actual size. So this isn't the predicted size, it's the actual size. That was what was predicted, 53.1 kilobytes. Let's see what the GIF actually came out at. It came out at 389 kilobytes, much bigger. That's interesting how that was not very accurate. Okay, so you can put your file sizes in and actually get a good comparison, and you're seeing that the animated GIF is the biggest, the Flash file is actually quite a small file, the PNG is the smallest. Now, you'd have to then, again, finish this document off as best you can, making some sensible comments, and then we'd like to see at the end of it how the graphics look on a web page. Get rid of my button one there, my button comments, because I've just adapted my button document. So let's have a look on the web page now how these look. So I'm going to go back to WebPlus, go to another page I've made. So now I've got my home page as my original mock-up. The contact page, I've compared my buttons, and I'm just using my next page, my Find Us page, to compare my banners. So I've put some labels in again. So let's insert these banners. So let's insert the GIF one. So let's insert picture. Oh, in fact, insert media, animated GIF. Let's try that. So we'll try that one. So go to the right folder. It won't necessarily be in the right place. And let's try putting in the HTML code. It doesn't like that. So let's try instead putting in the actual GIF. I'll draw it in. Ah, there we go. So it didn't have the see-through background. So there's my GIF on my web page. The PNG, there isn't an option for that. So for the minute I'm going to insert it as an image from file. I don't know if this is going to work quite right, but we're going to try it. Banner.png. There's my PNG one. And at the bottom of the screen, let's put in the Flash one. Insert media, and I can choose Flash. So it's really a case of looking through all these options and finding the sensible one. Now the Flash one is great because you've got all these options that come up. So let's have a look. Here's my banner Flash. And don't forget, before we did things like ticking the loop. Now this would be worth putting a screenshot into the document of this settings page, because it again shows that you're tweaking it, and we did things like setting the alignment to top, making it an exact fit. So anything like that you want to show how you've done it, that would be brilliant. I'm going to say OK. And this one, I don't remember when we drew it in before, comes in really big. Let's do it like that, and then I'll stretch it. And that's animating straight away. If I now preview that page, and allow the content, the only one that's working really well, the GIF is animating, the PNG isn't animating at all. I think that's because we put it in as an image, and the Flash is working really well. So again, I can take a screenshot of that and explain that in my document and write some sentences about which one has worked best. But it's really good proof there that you've compared the different file types.